We completely stripped the International. Like, took everything out.
Everything.
Took the wallpaper off.
Hey guys!
Welcome to the adventures.
Woohoo!
So if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, then you already have the insight to know that this week has been a long, hard, tiring, tough week.
Willa Jean said it's been rough.
Yeah, she wants to be in the video. She wants to say hi to you guys.
It's been a
There
rough
she
week.
is.
Rough.
Yeah. So what made the week so rough?
We had the opportunity to move to a new truck. As you know, we're not a big fan of the International, and
yeah, and so we've given some insight into like that we were going to be able to possibly switch to a new truck. And so I don't know if you knew, but our boss, so we drive for a contractor for FedEx, and in February our boss sold out the company to another guy, and they were going to replace some of the equipment. So they asked our opinions on what trucks they should buy, and we said a Kenworth. So they got 3 used Kenworths, and we were pretty excited. They look really nice.
They should have been decent purchases, but the people, whoever they bought them from, was pretty much not very good with the maintenance, we'll just say.
And they had also stripped the inverter off the truck and stripped the refrigerator out of the truck.
And I kind of had an idea in the beginning that they put a 3,000 watt inverter in it, which is a huge inverter, but my concern was the alternator wasn't going to be big enough for the inverter, which it wasn't. She couldn't cook anything in the truck. This truck, so our previous owner, previous boss, knew that she did a lot of cooking in here, so he actually upgraded the alternator to a 325 amp. Whereas what came factory on the Kenworth with no inverter was probably like 160 amp, and it was just so you know, instead of crying and saying, oh, now we need a new inverter, we just come back to our old buggy.
And so, but before that though, on Monday, which is part of our 34-hour reset and the anticipation of moving into a new truck, we completely stripped the International. Like, took everything out, took the wallpaper off, and which is good, you know, because I said from the start, like, I wouldn't be doing damage to the truck. So this proves that all of the crazy things that I did not do damage to the truck.
Put all the doors back on it. All the original mattresses were still in plastic, so when you put your head inside the door, man, it looked like a brand new truck in here.
It was very, very nice. And so then I thought we were going to be able to move straight into the new truck, but it was at the shop getting some last minute things done to it. So then we ended up just coming back to FedEx and just putting the bare minimum into the truck and sleeping in the truck Monday night, instead of getting into it Tuesday first thing in the morning. Found out that I couldn't cook. So the truck also went 67 miles per hour. And a funny, not funny thing, okay, I'm not a big person, so when I sat in the seat and it would hit a pothole, the seat would fold up.
Yeah, the back of the seat was broken. It would, every time you touch it, lean up off of it, it would flip forward, nips.
So when I hit a bump, like, it folded on me. Like, we had no clue this was going to be a thing, and the bosses had no clue. It's not like our bosses bought a piece of crap truck, like, knowingly and put us into this truck. The truck looked really nice from the outside. I didn't get to get any footage of the truck because we were just trying to like then rush and get everything like what we needed to, because at the end we still run a very, very dedicated, tight ship team driving, and so we didn't have time to be like doing a whole bunch of extra filming when we threw the stuff in and got on the road and all like that. So I'll get some content and show that later on, that way you can see. But it appeared to look like a very nice truck. So it went 67 miles per hour. The fuel tanks were smaller. It was basically set up to be a solo, over-the-road truck for a driver, not team drivers. It would be great for solo drivers. He only owned solo truck routes prior to buying our company, so he also was buying under the specs that it would be great for a solo driver. And so we just quickly, after 5 hours, no, it wasn't even 5 hours, 4 hours of being in the truck, we realized that it was not going to go well. But that, you know, it's a 2-day trip. So it took us 2 days before we could get back out of the truck, going slower, fueling twice, eating, like going into the truck stops to cook the food and warm up the food and all like that. And so it just was a snowball effect. And then...
And it did ride great. I mean,
yeah,
it
really
rode
did.
nice, steered nice, drove nice, but...
Very smooth ride, honestly. Like, yeah. And that's why we wanted that truck, is because it had a smooth ride. Because this, you can feel every bridge seam, every pothole, all of that stuff. So we're super bummed that it's just not going to work for us.
Is if anybody who's driven an International before and had it for a while, does changing the shocks on it make a big difference? Because I'm sure these factory shocks were probably not the greatest. I mean, it's got 447,000 miles on it now and still has the original factory shocks on it. A couple of them need to be replaced, so that's something we're going to have to try to encourage the boss to repair. But just question, has anybody changed the shocks and did it make much of a difference?
But with that being said, that also means that I'm going to completely redesign the truck again. So I'm going to be making this truck back into a home. I'm already bought the wallpaper. It's already going to be, should be at our house tomorrow. Yeah, so some of the things I'm going to keep the same, other things I might change. And so it just proves so that you can do these things and it doesn't damage the truck, and you can put the truck back together and it looked brand new, no damage. We had seat covers on the seats the whole time, like they still look brand new. Yeah, so I want to encourage you guys, make your truck into a home, especially if you're husband and wife team drivers. Wives, like, make your truck into a home. Like, it's so biblical for you to really have that comfort and care inside of your dwelling that you're living. So I want to encourage you guys to make your truck into a home, and stay tuned for all the updates that we have coming. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to redesign the truck again. So for you guys, you know, trucking's tough. This is part of trucking. It's just not exclusive to us. We know that you guys endure lots of storms and lots of trials. So I want to encourage you guys, stay strong, learn what you need to learn, find joy amongst the storms, and stay safe. All right, guys? Bye.
Bye.